Hi, this is Sonia Davis, the jewelry instructor. How are you guys doing? Today I'm coming to you to demonstrate the bead spinner. We're going to do some spinning today simply because I have customers that really want to know how to navigate the spinner to make bracelets and waist beads and all kinds of fun things using seed beads. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on how the spinner works. So this is our little bead spinner. You fill the little bowl up with beads. Isn't that cute? And you spin, and the object is to hold the needle in the bowl so that you could grab enough beads on the needle to slide down to your cord. So I'm going to demonstrate that. So every spinner comes with a needle. In this particular spinner, in my shop, thejewelryinstructor.com, go to the shop section and you'll see the spinners. They come with these little liners, this particular brand. Now, once I run out of this stock, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get any more back in exactly like this that comes with the liners, but we do also have the option to sell the liners separate. So the liners are good because when you want to change colors or use more than one color, you could use the liners to switch up your colors. So I love the fact that the liners are here for that particular reason. Okay? So let's get to spinning. Here is your needle. And usually your needles have large eyes. The entire needle is an eye. And you would open the needle, place your cord inside the needle, and make yourself a long enough tail to where as you're spinning and sliding the beads down, the cord will not come out of the needle. I usually leave my spool attached until I'm finished with my spinning project. So my spool is on the other side. One thing that I will say is sometimes you get needles that don't have the full length of the eye, and that's fine. They have a smaller eye, so you could use those the same way. So no need to fret. So let's start spinning. So this is your spinner, and you're going to hold your needle in your dominant hand, right? And you're going to kind of hold it like you're sipping on tea or holding a teacup. You're just going to pinch it with those 2 fingers. You're going to do this really, really lightly. So it's not a forced or rigid motion. You're just going to barely hold that needle with the point facing to the bottom of the bowl, and you're going to spin the spinner. And look how those beads just jump onto the needle. Notice that I'm not touching either side of the bowl. I'm kind of holding my needle right in the center of those beads, and the beads just pop onto a needle. Now when I'm ready to slide them down, I just slow down the spinner, flip my needle over gently, and then I slide my beads down the cord. Now sometimes you might get a bead that's very small and it stops you from sliding down. That's when you take one of your tools and you just break that bead. But make sure when you break it, you're breaking it somewhere along the needle, because if you break it along the cord, sometimes these glass beads will cut your cord. Okay? So basically that's it. You just spin, lift, and kind of slowly lift and drop your beads. Now you're not going to be an expert in the beginning, and that's fine. If you get 2 or 3, that's great. Just keep practicing. The main thing is just to make sure that you're not trying to follow the beads with the needle. You're not doing that. You're holding that needle steady in one place with the point facing to the bottom of the bowl, and you're spinning. And as you can see, my fingers, it's like I'm sipping a cup of tea. I'm just pinching the needle gently, and I'm making sure that I'm not touching either side of the bowl. And I am spinning, and those beads just hop right on. Now, another tip that I want to give you is that sometimes if you don't have a full bowl of beads, it either not it either when you're spinning it doesn't give you enough beads on your needle, which with me I do it so much this doesn't matter to me. But if you want to add more beads to this, the more easier it will be to get those beads on the needle. So the more beads in the bowl, the more beads on the needle. So when you get down to a low amount of beads and you're spinning and you get just a few, that's probably because you don't have enough beads in your bowl. So this is enough for me to make a cute little bracelet. And what I do now is I decide to take the ends out of my needle and add my clasp for a bracelet, or I continue to spin to make waist beads. And that's a whole different class. So I just thought I'd come to show you guys how a close-up of how I work with the needle, putting the needle inside the bowl and preparing to spin. So here you have your needle. Again, you hold it lightly with your thumb and your pointing finger, just like you're getting ready to sip a cup of tea. I like to use that as an example, but everybody doesn't sip tea. But anyway, so you place the needle in the bowl with the needle pointing down to the beads, and you make sure that the needle is sitting in the center of this little center piece on your spinner and the sides. And the needle is barely touching the surface of the beads, pointing down to the bottom of the bowl, but not scraping the bottom of the bowl. And then you just spin gently and watch those beads go on. And then you stop and you turn, and then you slide the beads down. Again, point the needle down, spin, turn, slide the beads down. And notice even when I stop spinning, the beads are still jumping onto the needle. Spin, spin, spin. And you know they have these bead spinners that are battery operated, but I just prefer the manual ones over the battery operated ones. But either way, it's fine. It still gets the job done. And again, I love these little liners. I'm gonna switch out my liner and I'm gonna change colors. Same concept. Needle into the bowl, spin, and watch those beads go on. Oh, how cute, a little pink one was in there. Hot pink was in the bowl. And look at those beads go. And that's okay if you lose a few. So there you have it, the bead spinner. I love to go spinning to make beautiful bracelets, necklaces, earrings, and waist beads. You could do all of those things by just spinning beads onto your cord and then getting creative. Thank you guys for joining me today. My name is Sonia Davis. I am known as the Jewelry Instructor out of Houston, Texas. So come and see us, guys. You can find us on all social media channels as the Jewelry Instructor. That's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button because we're coming up with a lot of fun things to do when it comes to jewelry making, and there will be some art. Again, thank you for coming. Until next time. Bye-bye.